Hello my lovely viewers, welcome to another video of sports on Fauzan Harun channel. Thank you very much for joining me once again, and in today's video I'm going to look at the Arsenal-Chelsea game, and unfortunately we are sad today coming into the studios to review the game between Chelsea and Arsenal, in that there are so many reasons that I feel accounted for Chelsea's loss in this game, and I'm going to touch on the respective reasons one after the other. And please, if you haven't subscribed, do well to subscribe to the channel and touch the notification bell. Thank you very much. And it was a shambolic performance from the players who were caught sleeping on duty. I must say, our players were caught sleeping on duty, and it is becoming the norm this season that quote and unquote below par performance teams, that's useful teams, I will call them quote and unquote useless teams, sorry, this season, judging from their performance this season, tend to beat Chelsea. Useless teams, we tend to drop points against teams that are not doing well, and i.e. Wolverhampton Wanderers and Arsenal. Wolverhampton Wanderers is even better than Arsenal. Arsenal is useless this time. They are even fighting for relegation, and we lost unfortunately to Arsenal due to our players sleeping on duty. And most important issue that I will quickly zoom and analyze is the issue of Gorgino and taking penalties. I have said on this program, and I remember saying it, that Gorgino shouldn't go near the Chelsea's penalty kicks. One, he plays without punch, he plays like a baby shot, dashes to the keeper freely. If I'm not saying penalty takers do not miss penalties, or players shouldn't miss penalties, no, but it depends on the manner in which the penalty was missed. You can see that he easily dashed the keeper the ball, just like as he did against Liverpool, against Alisson when we played Liverpool, and I made mention of that on my several shows on this program. That was why, if you could quite remember, Timo Werner started taking the penalties for Chelsea, because Gorgino, the technique that he used to take the penalty is not good at all. The technique is not good at all. It's nothing to write home about. And most of these EPL goalkeepers have studied him and they know where he plays. Normally, he plays mostly at the left side of the goalkeeper. That is his right side. The left side of the goalkeeper, where the left leg of the goalkeeper. And that is where Bellino caught the ball. Saved his penalty. And also, in the same game against Liverpool, he played at that same side, and Alisson Becker saved it. See, the trick is most of Gorgino's penalties, 80% of them are played to the left side of the goalkeeper's leg, and they know it. And yet you allow this same player to come and step up and say he's coming to play penalty for Chelsea. Come on, we should stop him from taking penalties. That's what I think will help the club. We should stop him from taking our penalty kicks. Yesterday, if he had scored that penalty kick, pressure would have mounted on Arsenal, and the game could have even ended in a draw. And also, yeah, as I said, playing his penalty without punch. Punch means playing the ball, shooting it very well. If you play, you just 1-2, you dummy and just feebly play the ball, the goalkeepers can easily save it. You shoot, just when even you shoot and the goalkeeper punches the ball back into play, you go back and hit the ball into the net. That's how penalties should be taken, and not feebly and just go and just jump on your leg thinking the goalkeeper will dive the other way for you to play the ball the other side. No, that is not what the technique that shouldn't be used. And also, the reason that we lost this game is as a result of poor rotation of the squad. And you could see that Lampard quickly started with James and Ben Chilwell when it was obviously clear that they were coming back from injury. You should have given them a break. You see, sometimes Lampard does certain things and he brings himself up on the chopping board for criticism. Why am I saying that? Whenever foreign Chelsea players who are not English come into the team and they are injured, he gives them time to come back. And but when it's in cases of English players, some of them, not always the case. Like in this case, Ben Chilwell and Reece James, he just quickly started them. That's the reason why I'm saying poor rotation system is that, you know, you have somebody like Aspilicueta who could play in place of Reece James, and also Alonso could play for in place of Ben Chilwell. And you see, up till now, the beef and the problem that he had with Alonso is not solved. You see, and I heard in the tabloids, not clear, though he criticized all the players after Arsenal that they were lazy. And the reason why he was asked why he substituted Timo Werner, and he said Timo Werner was not running, and it was turning into a personal criticism. You see the problem with Lampard. When English players flop in a game, he doesn't talk about that. But when players who are not English in Chelsea flop, he talks about it. I think the only player that is defended not English is Kai Havertz. But why is it that you come and criticize Timo Werner when indeed you know that throughout the season he's been featuring for you without injury? But whilst Christian Pulisic has been injured, he comes in and goes back. And the thank and recognition you are giving to Timo Werner is to criticize him after the energy and what he sacrificed for the club. If even he doesn't play, he contributes to most of our goals, assists. And he scores, for the past 10 games, he hasn't scored. Yes, I understand. He's fluffing off his life in front of goal, I understand. But he's been contributing greatly to our wins. And so you shouldn't come out and criticize him. There was a point in time that Mason Mount played abysmally. Frank Lampard didn't talk about that. Remember at the beginning of the season, Mason Mount was started on the wings. He was playing abysmally. Frank Lampard didn't criticize him. What he did was to change his position and send him to his proper position, which is the middle of the field. You see, this kind of bias favoritism shouldn't be encouraged in the team. And the way he's behaving, his job is beginning to come onto the line. And if care is not taking it, Abramovich will sack him, because Chelsea cannot afford this sloppiness. We were lucky because coming into the season, Liverpool dropped points again. They drew 1-1 with West Brom. You see how the league is still open. If Liverpool had won that game, I would have said that the title race is over for Chelsea. Yeah, that's what I would have said. But lucky for us, Liverpool dropped points again. And Reece James and Ben Chilwell, you see, they played most of the games. When Ben Chilwell recovered after his injury at the beginning of the season, he played most of the games. He should be rested. And you know, he came to Chelsea with an injury. Remember when he joined from Leicester City? He came with an injury. He had to wait for, I think, 3 or 4 games before joining the team. So such players should be managed well. And also, Chelsea's recruitment system, I still try to criticize them. We should buy players who are fit. We shouldn't buy players who are coming to next injuries. And most of our players that we are buying recently, most of them, I know they are good, but they are injury players. See, Chilwell got injury. I'm not saying but all of them, the most unique injury-prone player among them is Christian Pulisic, I know. But most of our players are the fragile type. They are not the strong type. Frank Lampard, when he was playing football, he was the strong type. Players, as I told you in my previous shows, if you haven't watched, get benefit of the doubt and go to watch the program. The fragile and weak players relating to Pulisic discussion, I have it uploaded on this channel, are the players that easily get injured. That's the fragile. The strong players are the players that don't easily get injured, like the Asians, the Drogbas, the Cristiano Ronaldos, and the Messis, and the Lampards. Balak, even Lampard during his time, he wasn't a fragile player. But Chelsea, look at Hakim Ziyech, excellent, but you know he's not a strong player, though I still support his recruitment coming to Chelsea. I support him, excellent. But we can't be having so many fragile players. You see, players that even when you see them physically, they are not built, gym-wise. You see, remember when Sadio Mane was playing for Southampton, I urged Chelsea to go and sign him before even Liverpool went to sign him. Unfortunately, I didn't start this channel, so that's why there wasn't any evidence or blueprint of that. And now I've seen another player, Shea Adams of Southampton. I like how muscular he's built. Chelsea should get few muscular players in the team. We shouldn't be getting skinny players. Up front, it's only, I think, Tammy Abraham, Giroud, that are strong and tall. Most of these players, Pulisic is not strong. You see, Pulisic, he can easily be shot off the ball. He can easily, Kai Havertz do the same. Kovacic is strong player. N'Golo Kante, strong player. Mason Mount, though smallish, but strong player also. You see, so our recruitment system should be checked. We are buying players who are injured always. Ziyech, Pulisic, Chilwell. Come on. So we should next time. They are good. Only Pulisic, I think talking of Pulisic, he doesn't put himself in the game because he's afraid of getting another injury. It was the last 20 minutes that he played this game against Arsenal. You should remember in the last 20 minutes, you saw him playing well and he was creating chances. But when throughout the game up to the 70th minute, I didn't see any impact that he played in the game. Honestly. Most of the players were caught sleeping on duty. And Callum Hudson-Odoi was our brightest spot in this game. You see, and so my ratings, I will give negative to Mendy. Mendy unfortunately had a bad game. Reece James, Zuma, Silva, Chilwell, Kante, Kovacic, Mount, Werner. Almost all the first 11 got average. Abraham, Pulisic, they got average. It's only Callum Hudson-Odoi who came in the second half who got average, meaning most of the players flopped. You see, in this game. So quite unfortunately, our players flopped in this game. Yeah, our players flopped in this game most unfortunately. So hopefully in our game against Aston Villa, we are going to rise and bounce back with the result. Thank you. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, please do subscribe to the channel. Tell a friend to tell a friend to tell a friend to subscribe to the channel and support the channel. We need more people on board to push the channel. I don't know. Do let me know in the comment box what you feel about my videos, and then touch the red subscribe button and touch the notification bell. Thank you very much for joining me in this review of Chelsea versus Arsenal. Unfortunately, Mikel Arteta, the pressure on him has eased down, and now the pressure is bouncing onto Lampard. He has to win against Aston Villa, or further issues will compound, further problems will compound on him. Thank you very much for joining me on this show. I love you wherever you are. Cheers. Bye-bye.